This from the day of the inaugural speech, I noticed a dip in my paycheck, which is usually tied to the computer system that manages the infrastructure of San Andreas. So when I took a look at the budget after the inauguration, I noticed that the budget was negative $11.5 million. Now, I sort of took it as a bit of an indiscrepancy. Perhaps there was some large cost that came in, something that wasn't quite, noted in our ledger. And for reference, we've been at a $11 million surplus plus for the past 5+ months. After I'd originally in the first term balanced the budget. So it seemed a bit strange that all of a sudden things would start going sideways. I will say that, we still got $370 million in the bank account, but the problem is the moment we start to go negative, some of our old infrastructure starts to fall into, let's say, some automatic fail-safes, right? Hey, Maxwell, we're at the square right now.
Did you need anything from me?
I should be good. Yeah. Hey, and congratulations.
Sure? Are you sure you're good?
But now I think I'm good. I still haven't quite figured out exactly what's going wrong. I'm going to probably talk with Trig and see if he can get, maybe some ISO people.
Yeah, I mean, he went 42 during all this meeting stuff.
What?
So.
Wait,
yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Well.
He ran out and went 42, yeah.
How can I hear them
Jesus
across the
fucking
road?
Christ.
They're so loud.
I don't know. Did I miss something? Maybe he's not happy about me? I don't really know what to think. Maybe it's his meds.
It could be the meds.
Yeah.
Maybe give him a call. Maybe give him a call.
Too, so.
Off duty?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
Hey, you know what? Here's the thing. All right. I think you should call. Not for any other reason other than to just get a pulse check. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Make sure he's okay.
But, make sure he's okay. Exactly. But,
okay.
All
right.
All right.
All right. Well, I'll be around for a little bit longer, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Right.
Bye.
Sounds good. Bye. Holy shit.
So essentially, it's not looking good.
I started to investigate. I managed to get a justice to give me the latest set of transactions for January. And I also noticed that anytime we migrate money from the county budget to, say, the court center, it is immediately reflected. So I kind of did some spitball math, okay, we paid for a bunch of events, moved some money for the court center, which in some is still it still didn't add up, is where I'm going with this, right? Of all the events we signed for, of all the money that was moved to the different court center accounts, it still doesn't add up over the 7-day period. We didn't move that much. And then I noticed the transactions are not ISO compliant. And it almost appears as though something happened that is preventing any tax dollars from hitting the budget. Now, I cannot say so conclusively just yet. Shit. Sorry, 1 second. Nino.
He didn't answer this. He just denied my phone call, so I called Stevie. She's looking for him. She's not sure what's going on, so I just told her, let him know that I hope he feels okay, and if there's anything I can do. I'm just letting you know.
Okay. All right.
I don't know what's going on. All right.
All right.
Bye, Nino. I'll see you tomorrow.
You take care. Bye. This ISO lack of compliance or whatever the fuck may, and what it appears, and I cannot say conclusively because I'm still sort of jumbling through 200 megabytes of data, it almost looks like I suspect there's a 50% chance that we may not be getting any tax money. I can't say conclusively because I'm not done analyzing it.
Where's the money
Is
going?
Nino ruling
Where is
everything?
this tax money actually going?
Tons
That,
sticking
like
out.
I said, I haven't completed the analyzing yet. Yeah. It's, yeah. So, all I know is when I look at it, I'm seeing gobbledygook. Things aren't being categorized as text. And the reason I'm concerned is the power went out for a significant amount of time earlier today.
I noticed that.
Yeah, I did notice that, but oh dear.
Yeah. So I have informed Haley Maxwell. That's why she flew in earlier, and Vivian. And I just got done telling Moss. Hopefully this is nothing. But like I said, right now the numbers aren't adding up, and I am concerned that we might start seeing power go out and other services start to stop. Specifically, those that are connected to the city computer infrastructure. Keep in mind, most of our computer systems are from like the 80s.
What? From the 80s?
Yeah, it's you notice that there's a lot of cities that have been built for over the years that if they existed a long time ago, then some of them might still be running Windows 3.1.
So, what the fuck can we really do to try and combat this? We don't really want to just be sitting ducks and just wait for sort of shit to start crumbling. Is there anything we can do to help, or?
For now, I need to investigate. I'm hesitating from making any decisions beyond us just sort of keeping mum's the word for now and having high command just monitor until we get some more concrete facts as to what exactly is happening. I don't want to unintentionally create a panic, but I'm making sure the right people are involved to try to uncover what the situation actually is, right? Once again, this could be nothing. But I'd rather not
read up more on this ISO bullshit.
There's only two people that I know. One is Trig. And unfortunately, he went off duty after the Maxwell announcement. He wasn't very happy. The second is our intern in Bolingbrook Penitentiary.
Oh.
Your intern at Bolingbrook Penitentiary.
He's a individual that we had migrated over to Bolingbrook as a lifer.
He's the one doing all the
court center
interface or whatever that was for you, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what's his name?
I call him the intern. He hasn't made me happy enough to remember what his name is.
Do you have a inmate number?
Unsure.
All right.
I call him the admin. Or the intern.
Interesting.
Yeah. I will keep y'all appraised on this. I need a little bit more time to at least get the next level of understanding. And I was almost there, but then the meeting happened and whatnot.
What can we do to help you?
For now, just kind of keep your eyes open in case people start kind of freaking out, or you see anything that seems a little out of place. Right? Lights start going out. Traffic lights, basic infrastructure lights. Water starts stopping in any particular parts of the city. But aside from that, I was made aware yesterday that Maxwell was being promoted. I know high command is there's a lot of work being done, a lot of conversations being had, and there is seemingly a lot of determination to bring LSPD to that next level. In relation to the politics up north, Mumbles and I had a bit of a chat. You know, he's underway with picking his sheriff. I'm trying to do my best to remain not very pushy to my opinion, but I did let him know my opinions of his current choices. Ultimately, the police departments have to work together for the safety and sanctity of San Andreas, but obviously with certain things in play, politics will always rear its head. So my personal hope is that whomever does take sheriff is one that is willing to work with the police department, and when I say work within the bounds of their jurisdictional rights. Now,
is that Mayor Clown? Is he willing to play ball? Is he interested in the departments working together?
I think he is. However, he's still fairly out of touch. Like, for example, I had asked him yesterday, he's good, but to fully, I think, get a grasp of what the PD politics are like, he's almost gonna have to see it for himself, is what I suspect.
They need more than a term for that.
Yeah, that's exactly it. For a lot of people, the PD doing what they want is sort of the bar, right? But, you know, my desires have always been significantly more. I think, as an example, what I would like to see is if crime happens in San Andreas, or in Los Santos County, that they are processed down at Mission Row. For no other reason. One is for budgeting, and for restitution, which is, quite frankly, a right. But thirdly, because when suspects are split, they cannot get proper representation in the cells, and officers cannot appropriately press charges.
Is it not currently happening?
No.
If there's an incident and the BCSO come down to assist, say a bank robbery, some large-scale incident, what does the BCSO do?
They ship the highest value suspect. They jump on them, like literally, like play tag. They grab.
They're still doing that?
Yes.
Yes.
That has been the key contention point, because they're more interested in getting upgrades or whatever the fuck it is. In fact, I don't know whether it's true or not, but apparently you get in trouble up there if you're not prioritizing their budget.
Yeah, the only time I can ask them to consolidate the suspects into one cell is when I bargained for them to get full representation by me if they brought the people from LSPD up to BCSO. That was the only time they were willing to play ball, to put the suspects in the same cell so I could actually represent all of them.
That sounds like that's just something that you need to push, or I say you, but I guess we need to press legislation on and get the Blaine County mayor on board for it, so it becomes law.
I think I'm going to try it again. I tried it my first term, but I was up against some very cooked justices that couldn't comprehend the issue. I know that one of the marshals was a big proponent of it, because it does come back down to representation and restitution. And the thing too is, like, it's nasty, right? I will also put forth that there had been discussions where, our county was willing to give money to Blaine County for levels of assistance they provide, right? But priorities are pretty fucked.
I mean, public safety shouldn't be people shouldn't be fighting over taking a suspect up there to get money for the county. But I mean, counties need money to run. But in the same instance, you know, if LSPD go up there to help out, they process up there, and the money goes to the county.
Mm.
I guess we'll have to see how the sheriff and the mayor of Blaine County, what their mindset is of once they take office and you know, settle in a little bit.
Yeah. All right. I know I've been holding off, Junior. I want to table this particular thing. I think for now, there's some legislation that might be worth looking at there, Turner, in our legislation section on the county emails. That's something I want to tackle this week. And then I think this bigger, broader issue is one that I think we should open the door for coming into next weekend. You know, if we can catch up on all the backlog, let's call it. Junior, I know you've been trying to track us down for a minute. Sorry, Turner. I think you want to say something.
No, sounds good.
All right. Junior?
Yeah.
I know you want to catch up on some things.
Yeah, I got quite a bit to.
All right.
Well, two things I need to talk
Yep.
to you about. One of them, we need to head up to Grapeseed and head up to the screen for. The other one, I kind of need to talk to you in private about, if that's okay.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
So, if you want to put this on the back burner for another day
Yes,
again,
I think that's
all
probably
good.
best. I need to figure out what's going on with the budget so I know what to do.
Mhm.
I'm
Okay, cool.
very fearful that the power's going to go out again.
Yeah, this, you know, one thing's quite important, the other thing's not, but this takes priority right now. You know, I'm gonna leave you to your thing and not, you know, push this forward because this takes priority at the moment, I think.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
I mean,
Tony?
in spirit of that, Nino, there is people from MOPC that wants to speak with you about the whole court center thing and how they're dealing with material.
Cloak?
Well, I spoke with some of the people like Audra and others.
Who are they?
And how Audra Rose is the primary one. She was talking about the.
Is she in MOPEC or she wants to get?
Yeah, she was part of Material Hub, but she also participates in getting the materials for them and everything as well.
I see. So I am. You can let her know that we are actively speaking with Cloak and we're trying to migrate everything into courts and build out a team through that system. So it's going to be a little shaky the next week or so as we migrate the system. But as we migrate over, I want multiple sanitation companies to be able to sell directly to courts / MOPEC and multiple mechanic shops to be able to benefit out of it. So how that's going to look, we'll see, but let them know that we are reworking the system to increase fairness for mechanic shops and fairness for the material gatherers. It's just, we need time.
Would you be okay if I got more involved with discussing with them about the transition and stuff like that?
Yes,
Or at
yes,
least,
yes. Please let them know. Yeah.
Okay. Because the only thing they want is kind of pass off the message to you about, you know, seeing if you have availability to attend one of their meetings to kind of see, you know.
Oh, their
the team that
meeting.
they have built out.
Yeah, sure. I'm very much down. If you could schedule a meeting, I will attend.
Let me get their time and then see if it meshes out with your schedule, and then we'll go from
All right.
there. I wanted
right.
to at least attend and see what they got, because their original fear was that the court center was going to take over them, and apparently they had a discussion with Corolla. But I don't know. I think they were not doing, but there was like a game of telephone going on.
All right. Love it. Yeah, I do think we need a broader MOPEC meeting. I'm down to go to that, and then I think we have a town hall specific to it, addressing MOPEC and mechanic shops. Can you lead that up? Set up a time, get in touch with mechanic shops. Is that something you can take on?
I can hit them up. Yeah, I can do
Okay.
that.
Like set
the
a
only thing
time,
we're-
like even I'm going to say get them all on group email. Every mechanic shop, every resource company. And so that we can set a time and everybody knows when that town hall is. I think that's the best way to do it, so that it's like organized. You know what I mean? Like a group.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like a group email. Don't gotta invite them to a Discordia and all that shit.
Just a quick little, hey, by the way, heads up to everybody, at this date, at this time, we're gonna have a town hall meeting. You should probably come to it, type of deal.
Invite them all and then figure out what time works for everybody.
Okay.
All right, easy. I think that's a good way. You know what I mean? Doing all these like Discordia servers and shit, like it gets it gets messy. Yeah, like even like Court Center and I love Michael, but he loves making so many email like categories. I'm like, yeah, I'm saying, some of us unfortunately sitting in like 150 of them with like a million notifications, and it's like it's hard to know what's what. But all right, easy.
Gotcha.
Anything else we want to bring forward? Oh, I did look through the Hades FOIA. Yikes is all I gotta say.
Yeah. Notice how they don't have a victim statement in there?
There is no victim statement. It sounds like someone called 78s. God knows why, right? That's going to be a critical piece. And then it sounds like the authorization to open fire on the car was made outside of anyone that was even nearby. So, you know what I mean? It's
yeah.
it's pretty damning. I think ultimately, I don't want to say too much more about it. I think the court case is going to be healthy for every party, to be honest.
Right.
But okay. Anything else we want to hit on? Otherwise, I'm going to run off and we'll cook from there. I will say, Turner, that I know that there's still the expectations and stuff, but I'm going to be honest. I think things are moving, right? While I do want things on paper, I keep having to deprioritize writing stuff down, but I do think our constant communication that we're doing, but between us and, when we're pulled aside by LSPD High Command has been fruitful. So I think things are moving in a healthy direction on that front.
Yeah, I'm all right with that as long as we're we're communicating, which we are.
Yeah.
I do think the LSPD needs one though in ride.
Agreed. Let's say tomorrow. That's when I'm gonna bang it out because I should be good by then.
All right.
Easy.
One other question. I was told about some along the lines of artificial intelligence.
Yes.
When it comes to writing things, what do you know about this?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like writing documentation.
Like legislation and reports?
I'm not sure. Someone was telling me about it today at Senior Buns.
Oh boy.
About how many things are done through some sort of artificial intelligence.
I'm unaware. I will say that I'm a big proponent of AI. However, as a tool, but not as a full supplementation for any documentation. For example, even in the conversation yesterday in regards to case law, right? I know, like, I may utilize it and pull it up on my phone if I need to find a way to convey an idea differently, right? So, for example, yesterday when I was trying to explain, were you present there with the justices about the case law conversation?
Yes.
Okay.
In MRPD?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after I had tried to explain it twice in my own words about how precedence inherently requires a detailed, like, derivation of current law leading to a judicial ruling, and that those facts and that ruling based on that derivation is the basis by which case law is made, it was confusing, right? There was a little lost in conversation that was taking place there. So, like, I pulled up on my phone, like, a breakdown of case law. So I had a reference there to find other ways of explaining it that might be digestible, right? However, I would not put it past legislators put it past law enforcement and otherwise leaning on AI to write their things for them, you know? That is a very dangerous road if crossed.
I see. All right.
If you do hear more about that, please do let me know, because that does
All right.
sound rather concerning.
Yeah, he was saying that much of our legislation is written by artificial intelligence. I didn't know if it had any merit or not.
Oh no, 1,000% not. Michael deals with, you know, this is I can imagine he's a professional artist, so sometimes his AI in the past was referenced as AI. He also writes let's just say
his AI was referenced by AI.
No, he actually, it was originally hired as an artist for my team, and his skill set was so high, and he's able to make things rather quickly, like 24-hour turnaround, that there was a belief that he's using AI.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, and I imagine that the same commentary is being made about his legislation, because that is actually his primary skill set, as he writes legislation for the Canadian government, you know, in the hundreds of pages. So,
Wow. All right.
yeah. So,
Well, thankfully ours isn't hundreds of pages.
oh, yeah. Well, when I reference the filing cabinet, let's just say if you take a look in some of those email chains, there's like a 25-page example impeachment filing for Director Angel that we never utilized because we were trying to be nice. And the same can be said about like maybe another 12 members of government between justices, judges, and members of the Blaine County Sheriff's Office.
I see. Okay.
He'll do it for fun. So
Well, that's somebody you want to have in your cabinet.
Yep, not wrong.
Nope.
Yep.
I mean,
Okay.
Other than that, though, other people are suspect of it. I feel like if we just put the report through a plagiarism detector, it'll be easy to find out if it's artificial or not.
All right.
Interesting.
My phone is blown at the minute. I think there's a bit of an emergency going on at the pub.
Yes.
I probably got to shoot off.
Absolutely. Let's break here. Please let me know if anyone needs anything, yeah?
Nino, am I good to give you a call in about an hour to see how you're getting on, see if we can have a chat?
I think we schedule... Yeah, give me 2 hours.
So that's easy.
Yep. All right. Beautiful.
And then, you know, for my task,
Yes.
set up
Appreciate you guys. Have a good
figure
one.
out when they're meeting
Yeah.
as a team for the MOPEC stuff, and then, do you have like an expected date for the town hall for that?
No. I want you to literally say, like, if you're a mechanic, give me your head mechanic or the owner or the guy who runs it. Like, for example, Tony Corleone and Kitty, for example, and get all these mechanic shops into a group email and get
So
like
just identify them first.
Yes, get them in there, and then also do the same with like Material Hub or any other sanitation companies. And then when they're all in there, we can say, "Hey, this is for scheduling a town hall focused on materials and mechanics."
Okay.
Right.
I'll reach out for that.
I feel like that's the simplest approach, right? Because otherwise, it becomes like, call this person. What's date? Call this person. You can't organize it that way, right? So, all right, easy.
Okay, I'll
All right.
identify and then I'll give you an update later on.
Easy.
You said Trig. Stormed out.
As soon as the announcement was made, he stormed out. And according to Maxwell, he went 42. I recommended to Maxwell that he should, call to make sure he's all right. And if they're, that, it's good to get like a wellness check of sorts.
Yeah. Interesting. All right.
So
we'll see what transpires with that.
I will, a little bit of context. And this is actually what made me snap at Moss about about 2 hours before you came in last week. The statement was made that, because I had asked the question, why is Maxwell not given an opportunity to be high command? I witnessed her literally run the department for shift 1 and shift 2. People turn to her. She has to make decisions. She's consistently around. She is LSPD. And that includes during the absence of Moss and Peters and in the the last month while Trig is having medical issues. And she made the statement along the lines of they spoke about it and they said that Maxwell was what was the word? Oh my god, I forgot the phraseology. She I don't want to say she was a hothead. And there were she was associating to the description of Peters, because when Peters becomes a hothead, he like finds a reason to get mad at something and then goes full blown on it. You know what I mean? Losing sight of like some level of rationality. But anyways, she said high command had talked about it. Trig said no. Sky Faye, who is shift 3, said no. Pretty much people that didn't see anything that she said made statements about her. I knew myself they would have no fucking idea, right? Because they weren't around. They haven't been around. Like shift 3, like what do they got to say about shift 1 and 2, right? It's like an empty opinion. Like a, you know? Where would you make that assessment from? It doesn't make any sense.
Yes and no. Yes and no. For sure.
And then Trig, he's had medical issues, right? So where is he getting the spit on the finger, put your finger in the air sort of thing? And she was, the best way I can describe it is she wasn't really seemingly getting a fair shake, right? Let alone being spoken to. So like, where do you make that assessment, right? Like,
interesting. All right.
The bigger reason that I
so
snapped
there's a unanimous no then.
Correct.
What was Peter's stance on it?
He said she was a hothead, and I was just like, bruh.
From him, interesting. All right.
Yeah. Now I will say that obviously I've grown to become friends with her, but most of that's, and as I explained to Moss, has been a reflection of when I need help from the mayor's office, she is the highest ranking official and has been for 2 months. I go call Trig and he's got some kind of medical issue, right? He's like, with all due respect, I like the guy. In fact, I wanted him to be ass chief at one point, but functionally, administratively, he's useless, right? Like, what am I supposed to do if there's a public emergency and he's got a robot saying welcome? What am I supposed to do when he's blind, right?
Yeah, I think that's where a lot of things are breaking down with them, as we've talked about, is having people that they can lean on, high command can lean on, or chief and assistant chief can lean on and actually give them tasks and know it's going to get done right. So hopefully not too much of a fallout from this. Was a pretty quick decision, but I think it's a good decision. It is.
I think this is I think it's necessary after 2 months of, let's say, degradation, but all said and done, I think this is good. I mean, shake-up is good, and I think this is a good middle ground as opposed to doing a full-blown restructure. I mean,
I don't restructures are
messy.
Very.
Yeah.
A good deal. I'll let you get to it, and I'll be around for a little bit if you need me. My emails are always open as well. I can meet you somewhere.
All right. Beautiful. All right, Turner. You take care.
You as well.
Hey, how you doing? Everything all right?
Great. Yeah, I'm good. How are you, Nino?
I'm doing pretty good. I just saw you parked up on the side of the street, so.
Oh, I was just, changing the music in my AirPods. Nope.
All right, easy. All right, you stay safe.